Hello, this is Chip from 5th Edition Visions, and I'm here to talk about a card that is in Modern Masters 2017 to be released tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day, Friday, March 17th. And it's a card that I like. It's a card that I like personally, but it's also a card type that I just find very flavorful. And Mark Rosewater mentioned it in his Making Magic article earlier this week. Pitfall Trap. So let's take a look at it. It's on your screen right now. 1 white, 2 generic, instant, and it's a trap. So if exactly one creature is attacking, you may pay 1 white rather than paying Pitfall Trap's mana cost. What do you get to do? Well, you get to destroy target attacking creature without flying. So Mark Rosewater, he's talked about this before, but I wanted to... It really resonated with me when I read about it this week, how when they originally made Zendikar, they wanted to give it this adventure, jungle world feel, exactly like Indiana Jones. And as he recounts the story about designing this card, he talks about how he watched and rewatched the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark with Indiana Jones, where Harrison Ford is in there, swapping out the stone idol, and all these traps are going off in this temple. It was just very exciting. So he wanted to find a way to incorporate that into a Magic the Gathering set. They did that successfully by making the trap cards. Now, I have another video out about my favorite trap card of all time in the mill deck, Archive Trap, where if they've searched their library, then you can play it for free, and then they have to discard the top 13 cards of the library going to their graveyard. Which, if you can play a mill deck and you have 2 of those in your opening hand, or even 3, oh my gosh, and they play a fetch land in Modern, and they crack and they search, and you go boom, 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 3 Archive Traps, game is going to be over at that point in 99% of the chances, which is why I love mill decks so much, because it's a deck type that's not going to win 100% of the time, but it can definitely has a chance to win each time if you can just get that card drawing right. And it's so much fun to see these expensive cards that I cannot afford. I'm looking at you, Tarmogoyfs and Liliana and Jace's, just go boom into the graveyard, 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 and they don't get to play them because I use my Archive Trap. But this isn't about Archive Trap. This is about Pitfall Trap. But what made me excited about this card when I was reading about it was just I was just very impressed how a game designer discussed how they took something from the outside world, Raiders of the Lost Ark, synergized it, mashed it all up, and tried to find a way to put it into a Magic the Gathering set, which makes me look forward to the future of the game. I understand that Zendikar was, years and years ago, but that's a strategy that Wizards of the Coast is doing, that they're looking for inspiration to find ways to incorporate things from the outside world into the game. And that's great. I think that's one of the things that's going to help make Magic a long, long, long-term thing. And I want to be around for that. So anyway, if you, Pitfall Trap's a common, so you may very well be playing it or seeing it if you're fortunate enough to do a Modern Masters 2017 draft. So if you pull it or if you play it, let me know your thoughts about this card and other trap cards that I just think are very, very, very flavorful. And I would like to see them return in a main set. Unfortunately, I don't know when we're going to do that, because we went to Zendikar for Battle for Zendikar, and Mark Rosewater has even confessed that he was a little bit disappointed how Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch went out, because it was so focused on the Eldrazi. And if we remember from the original Zendikar, the Eldrazi were just this kind of footnote that kind of came at the end, and I believe in World Wake. So, people loved Zendikar because of its adventure, jungle, Indiana Jones feel, and that was kind of missing from Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch, because it was all about the Eldrazi. Which I get, because remember, that's when they shifted the story, and they wanted to make it so that they could have a cohesive unit of heroes that would save a world from destruction, then could be like the Justice League or like the Avengers, and go do other heroic feats throughout all the other blocks. So, they kind of had to shoehorn that in there, and you're not going to be able to do that without Eldrazi or some big bad guy. So I understand how it worked out that way. But it is unfortunate that they didn't bring back traps. I would love to see traps in a subsequent set, and I don't know when that's going to happen. But again, back to you leaving a comment. Let me know, if you would like to see traps again, favorite traps, and all of that wonderful, wonderful Magic the Gathering chitter-chatter stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.